All right, so this question is number 5 on your homework for this week, chapter 12. This is a little bit different of a problem, so I wanted to go ahead and work it out for you to let you see kind of how you need to do these and how you need to set them up. So in your problem, it has a patient has has fentanyl 50 micrograms IV every 2 hours, PRN for pain after surgery. So I have that written down here. The doctor has ordered or desired dose is 50 micrograms. The medication is available in 0.05 milligrams per 1 milliliter. So I have that written here, 0.05 milligrams per milliliter. And then how many milliliters would the nurse administer with each dose? So I have that written here. With dimensional analysis, you always want to start out with what you're solving for, because that's what this is. It's asking us how many milliliters that we're going to administer. So you look back up at the information that you've written down from your problem, and you find the part that says or has milliliters in it. So we have 50 micrograms here, and then we have 0.05 milligrams per milliliter. So this is the sentence that we're going to put here. So I'm going to put 1 milliliter over 0.05 milligrams. With dimensional analysis, we have to have equality in our equation. So again, if this is milligrams, we have to have milligrams here in order for our problem to come out equal at the end. So with that being said, we look back at our other information. We just used this, and we're not going to use it anymore. We look at our other information, and we notice that we have micrograms. So here it has milligrams, so we need to go to micrograms, and this is where your known variables, the little sheet of paper that I had uploaded for you last week, and this is just like 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms. 1 gram is equivalent to 1,000 milligrams. That information that was given to you last week. So in here, I'm going to put 1 milligram equals or is equivalent to 1,000 micrograms. And again, this is going to balance out our equation. So then we have micrograms here. So micrograms has to come next here. And then we're going to plug in this information. So we have 50 micrograms over 1. So again, this is a known variable, and that's where I got that information from. So as we go down through here, our milligrams will cancel out, and then our micrograms will cancel out, and we're going to be left with milliliters. So we would have 1 times 1 times 50. So I'm just going to write that as 50 over 0.05 times 1,000 times 1. So 0.05 times 1,000. And that is ultimately going to give us, I'm going to do the bottom one first, 0.05 times 1,000. And that gives us 50. So that would be 50 over 50. So that is going to equal 1 milliliter, is how many milliliters we're going to administer for this patient. So the 50 micrograms, we're going to give 1 milliliter from this vial. All right, let's go ahead and work the next one down here. This is number 6. The reason I'm doing this one is just because it has a few wording differences in it. However, it just, if your units to units, your milligrams to milligrams, your micrograms to micrograms, all of those are just telling us the amount that a physician has ordered or the amount that is in a vial. So as long as you have the same information from units to units, from milligrams to milligrams, don't let that kind of stump you up. So with that being said, let's look at this one. The patient with anemia has Epogen 7,500 units subcutaneous every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's what the doctor has ordered, or our desired dose is 7,500 units, and I'm just going to put U for units. The medication is supplied in 10,000 units per 1 milliliter vial. So that is our have quantity, would be 10,000 units per milliliter. And then we're solving for how many milliliters would the nurse administer per dose. So how many milliliters? So this is the same as far as working it out and setting up your problem. Again, since we're solving for milliliters, put milliliters first here. So you look back up at the information you've written down, and you find the one that has milliliters in it. So we have 10,000 units per milliliter. So that's going to be 1 milliliter over 10,000 units. If this is units, this has to be units. And that's where I was talking about, as long as your information that you have equals one another, don't get hung up going, I don't know what a unit is, because you'll figure that out a little bit later. But it's just a unit of measure. So we already have this one down, so we've used this. Now we're looking for units, and so we're going to now plug in this information over here, 7,500 units over 1, or dose. And then our units will cancel out here. So we're left with 1 times 7,500. So I'm just going to put the 7,500 over here. And then 10,000 times 1. So I'm just going to put the 10,000 down here. And that is going to leave us with 0.75 milliliters. So up here, you remember if it said, if it was less than less than 1, round to the nearest hundredth. So this is the 100th place. So we would leave that in 0.75 milliliters.